Hi, in this video I'm going to explain the effect of a decrease in demand on market equilibrium, price and quantity. I'm going to do that both through drawing the diagram and with a written explanation on the right hand side. Let's start by drawing a market equilibrium on our diagram on the left hand side. Label my vertical axis P, horizontal axis Q, downward sloping demand curve labelled D, upward sloping supply curve labelled S, market equilibrium where the curves cross, and then you can see at this market equilibrium I have a price of P and quantity of Q. So let's turn to my written explanation. First thing that's going to happen is we have a decrease in demand, and there are many factors that could lead to this decrease in demand. In a previous video I covered them in more detail, but I'm just going to give an example here. So an example could be that there is a fall in the price of a substitute good. So if I consider two goods that might be substitutes, for example Coke and Pepsi, if this diagram here is showing the demand and the supply of Coke, if we have a fall in the price of Pepsi, more consumers are likely to buy Pepsi, therefore less likely to buy Coke, and therefore we're going to have a decrease in the demand for Coke. And so because of that, my demand curve is going to shift to the left, like that. I'm going to label my new demand curve D1, and I'm going to put an arrow there showing the shift. I can just show here by putting my pen on the paper what's happened when that curve shifts. Initially the curve was there, and then now I've had that decrease in demand, the curve has moved to the left and it's now in that position there, this curve here labelled D1. I'm going to add that to my written explanation. So this decrease in demand is shown on the diagram by the shift from D to D1. Now, previously my market was in equilibrium here, where these two curves crossed, but now demand has decreased, my market equilibrium has also changed. My market equilibrium is going to be where the curves now cross, which is here, and we can start off by noting that the price of this product has come down. So I'm going to make a note of that here. We've had a decrease in price, and that is from P, the price what originally was, down to P1, my new price. Now every time you have a shift in one curve, that's going to lead to a contraction or an extension in the other curve. In this situation we have a decrease in demand, and therefore we've got to have a contraction or an extension in supply, and we can see here that as the price comes down, producers are going to be willing to produce less, because lower prices means lower profits, less of a reason, less of an incentive to produce this good. So I'm going to make a note here that we have a contraction in supply, and I can now complete my diagram by labelling my new quantity here, which is Q1, and I can complete my written explanation by saying that the market reaches a new equilibrium. So new market equilibrium is reached, and we have a price of P1 and a quantity of Q1. This should also hopefully make some intuitive sense, that if the demand for a product comes down, then it makes sense for producers to reduce the price. Less people are buying the product now, and so reducing the price might help attract some more customers. And also they're producing less of this product, the quantity has come down to respond to the fact that consumers are now demanding less of this product.